But the offensive rebounds are the ones. Okay? We'll get some of those on boards. We'll make some of the shots. Hey, when we guard and then we rebound, it makes the offense easy. Tighten up. Keep playing fast. We want to keep pushing the tempo. Okay? Playing out of our misses.
Mitch Johnson, 37 years old, done a very nice job standing in for Greg Popovich. And you know what? He still works out Wembanyama pregame. Yeah, he might be the head man now, but that's not going to stop him from doing his assistant coach work, working out Wemby. Here's Johnson, can't lay it in. Wembanyama couldn't finish. Wanted a whistle. James leading the break, getting it back, and gets fouled. LeBron James is going to shoot two.
Well, just to bring it back to Mitch again, he was Wemby's guy along the way. So then his roles increased, but you want to keep Wemby with the same rhythm. I'm sure he wants to keep the same rhythm. And trust me, if you're the assistant coach that's been tasked with getting Wemby ready, there's already been a tremendous amount of responsibility put on your plate. This is what we want him to work on. These are the things that we need him to get ready. So you can already tell that San Antonio had a tremendous amount of respect. And then Coach Brett Brown, I had him here as an assistant coach, one of the best human beings in the game of basketball.
And someone who Mitch Johnson just raved about to us before the game, how helpful he has been, as James misses both free throws. Castle barges in, misses the layup, would have put the Spurs in front. Reeves has it knocked out of bounds by Johnson. It stays with the Lakers. You know, there's a lot of respect on the other bench for Brett Brown as well. You and I know, working with JJ over the last couple of years, he absolutely loved playing for Brett Brown in Philadelphia and so respects him as a head coach. And now, obviously, it's an assistant.
No, again, I had him as an assistant coach. And like when I tell you, just his approach to the game, his knowledge, but also just he's just a joy to be around because the NBA season gets real long.
James out to Davis. His three is good. Hit a couple of big threes the other night. What was he saying to us?
He said,
there?
I'm a shooter.
Oh, nice.
I'm a shooter.
Boy, your lip reading skills have been off the charts tonight.
Well, you're typically trying to read it to see what the play is by the other team as a player, so you start to learn.
Ooh, all right, I didn't know that. Castle's jumper won't go. A rare miss tonight for Castle. 6 for 10 from the floor. James flips it out. Christie in the corner. Thought better of going at the wingspan of Wembanyama. Wembanyama is going to get called for the block, and uh-oh. Anthony Davis grabbing at the knee, and Wembanyama is down. Oh, no.
Well, I think Wemby took it in his chest, and I think there was a knee-to-knee contact there.
Well, Wemby springs up. That's good news on 50%. How about the other 50%? Let's take another look at Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And we saw knee-to-knee contact. That's a block. Ooh.
Oh, man.
But this is the thing, Anthony Davis, and this is what I'm so impressed by him, especially this year. The man's been poked in his eye. If you really get a close-up, he has taken multiple jabs in his eye. His eye is still beet red. These nicks and bruises, and I'm not saying he didn't play through things before, but I think this year he's got a different level of focus and intensity that I want to be dominant. Look at this. And he refuses to wear any sort of eyeglasses or lenses because he feels like it might affect how he plays, just doesn't feel comfortable. So even with that going on, he's still willing to go out on the court and battle. So all of these nicks and bumps and bruises, you just see him fighting through more and more of them, and they should be applauded.
Wemby gets a breather. You saw that left eye. Wemby going to go back to the Spurs locker room. So we will keep our eye on that. Obviously not what you want to see. Wembanyama, 24 points, 13 rebounds tonight. 6:30 to go in the fourth. Here's Vassell snaking through, giving it up. Collins the spin, didn't take the basketball with him, and then fouls James. Well, it's interesting that Wemby went back to the locker room, Richard. So we see the contact at the end of this play with Collins. because Wemby looked like he got up and was in pretty good shape, but
sometimes plays like that, you can get the wind knocked out of you. You just want a moment to have people either check on you, work through something without having the entire arena staring at you. Kind of like when you look at football and they put you in that tent.
James has it taken away by Vassell. Here's Castle. Nice look inside. Collins able to finish. Entertaining Emirates NBA Cup game here in Texas. 105-102, Lakers lead it. James over to Reeves.
Him from getting offensive rebounds or being a force on the glass.
He's 9 of 10 from the line tonight. And hits the first. Victor Wembanyama is just standing in the tunnel. Being worked on a little bit.
Well, remember when I said players wanted some privacy? We're just seeing his kneecaps in the tunnel through a dark tunnel, a shadow. That's what he did not want out here. Like I said, that's why football players go into the tent just to get checked out without the world staring at him. But thank God we have these ESPN cameras that could have picked him up if he was in the bathroom.
Well, I don't know about that, but. Vassell hits the jumper. (106-104), 2-point game. Reeves letting some clock wind. And Wemby back to the bench and right to the scorer's table. Russell comes back to grab it, under 10 to shoot. Russell the crossover. Davis has the switch on Champagnie. Davis 2 to shoot. Davis step back jumper. Whoa. No. And Wembanyama back in. Crowd applauds the return of Wemby. Lakers lead by 2. Under 5 to go in the fourth. Vassell stepping back. The 3 is good. San Antonio in front.
Do not tell me that cup does not mean something to these players. The energy is elevated in this building right now.
Whistle on the floor against San Antonio.
And also, when you look at this 3, take notice. They're fronting Wemby to force that over-the-top pass. So if you're Anthony Davis, you got to get up. You got to get up a little bit. That's what Vassell does. He is a shooter. Force him into a pull-up, into a drive, where then you can attempt a shot block. But they're throwing the ball. They're throwing the ball over top of Wemby, and they have defense on the backside.
Next Friday, Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans host Steph and the Warriors, 7:30 Eastern. And the Mavs head to Denver to take on the Nuggets. NBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 7 Eastern. You and I will be in New Orleans together for that.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Meanwhile, the Spurs are over the limit. So the Lakers in the bonus the remainder of this fourth as Reeves hits both free throws. Lakers back in front by 1. Wembanyama off to Vassell, lobbing it to Wemby for the flush.
LeBron James has to get going. He has 11 points. He's got to be more aggressive. We know he was deferring. He's got his 10, 11 assists, but he's got to be aggressive on the offensive end.
Davis, you bet, on another 3. Timeout, San Antonio.
Anthony Davis stepping up big. Goes from down 1 to up 2.